Hi, and thanks for joining us for our class today. So today's class we're going to go through a little post-work workout. So we'll get started. We're going to come straight down onto our mats today. So we're going to come down onto our backs to start here. So as we normally start, make sure those feet and knees are that hip width distance apart. Just tilting that pelvis forwards and back. Just really thinking about finding that neutral spine position. It's just a gentle movement forwards and back. Looking for that midpoint between those two movements, so that pelvis in that neutral position. That core is gently engaged, those ribs are soft, and those collarbones are nice and wide from here. So we're going to float one leg up into single tabletop. Then if you can, we're going to draw the rib cage down and bring both legs up into a double tabletop position. And from here, we're going to just open out our hips into a hip twist movement. So we're just going to bring one leg out to the side, keeping that control. Now what we're looking for here is keeping those hip bones pointing up towards the ceiling, making sure you're not getting any rotation or excessive movement through that pelvis. If you're finding that the whole pelvis is moving and you're losing those headlights pointing up to the ceiling, then you'll probably just bring that leg out a little bit too far. So just reduce that movement. Maintaining that neutral spine position as we're opening out each side. Ribs still staying soft. Those collarbones wide. Good. Now if you can, we're going to breathe out as we bring the leg out to the side. Breathe in as we fold back. Breathe out as we come out to the side. Breathe in as we fold back. Good. So just opening out, just moving through those hips. That often if we've been sat for a lot of the day, just get a little bit stiff through there. Good. So just opening out, folding back. Breathe out to bring out to the side, breathe in to fold back if you can, but just make sure, more importantly, that you're not holding your breath. Good, so opening out, folding back. Good. Well done. Last few here. And let's do one more on each side, opening out, folding back, opening out, folding back. Well done, and lowering those legs back down one at a time, back to that start. Very good. Okay, so we're going to go into our crisscross movement now. So we've got a couple of levels you can work towards, but we're going to have our hands behind our head to support our neck. And we're lifting, aiming to engage our upper abdominals now, and lift our right shoulder blade towards that left knee, and then folding back down. And then we're lifting that left shoulder blade towards that right knee. And then fold down. If that feels okay, then we can float both legs back into that double tabletop position and then lift again, opposite shoulder blade to the knee. So we're lifting and lowering, lifting and lowering. Very good. Now if you want to challenge that a little bit more, we can lift and then extend that opposite leg. So we're going towards that bent knee, but we can straighten that opposite leg at the same time, if you can. So just go to what level suits you. Breathe out as you lift up to lower. If you want to challenge it that little bit further, we can just not come all the way down in between. So we're lifting and just keeping that head lifted if you want to, okay? So just pick what's comfortable, okay? There's different levels we can work towards. Just engaging these muscles. Now adding that little bit of a side movement, getting those obliques working as well. Good, so lifting and lowering. Very good. So keeping, controlling that movement, lifting and lowering. Very good. So that shoulder blade, we're going into that slight diagonal, okay, looking to that opposite knee. Good. Just do the last few here. Well done. Excellent. And let's do one more each side. And then lowering that head back down, well done. And then lowering those legs one at a time, back to that start position. Very good. Okay, so let's just bring those knees in one at a time and hug those knees in towards your chest. Just have a nice stretch out through that lower back. So we can just roll here if you want to, just breathing in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch just that little bit further if you can. Breathing in and out. On that out breath, sink down that little bit further. And again, breath in As you breathe out, sinking down into that stretch just that little bit further if you can. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, sink down that little bit further into that stretch. Well done. And then we're going to lower those legs back down one at a time, coming back to that start position. So feet and knees back to that hip width distance apart. Again, if you need to, just tilt that pelvis forwards and back, just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements. That core is engaged, arms relaxed down by your side. So we're going to go up into a bridge now. So breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, walking that spine slowly back down onto the mat. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, use those bottom muscles, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. As you breathe out, slowly walking back down onto the mat. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, using those bottom muscles, lifting up into this bridge position. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, slowly walking that spine back down. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, using those bottom muscles, lifting up into this bridge. Breath in. As you breathe out, slowly peeling back down. Good. Now we're going to do this again. If you want to, just either stay here or as you come up, if you can, we're going to stretch one leg, lowering down and then lower down in between. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up that bottom. Now keeping that pelvis level. If you're adding that leg lift, we're trying to keep that level of the pelvis, not letting that bottom dip as you extend the leg. So watching for that. As you're coming up, keeping that pelvis level. If you can, we can lengthen and then fold back. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, use those bottom muscles, lifting up into that bridge, stretching the leg if you can, and then folding back down. Good. And again. Just repeating that in your own time. As you're lifting and lowering, make sure you're still using those bottom muscles as you lift up, lengthening the leg. Well done. And lowering down. Good, let's do one more each side if you're lifting the leg, or last couple if you're keeping your feet down. Lovely, and one more here. Lifting up, lengthening away, and then lowering back down to that start. Well done. Okay, so we're going to stretch out a little bit more and have our arms down by your side or out to the side of you, depending on what room you've got. Then we're going to drop our knees over to one side, turn our head to the opposite side if you can. Use those toe muscles to bring the knee back up to that centre and then over to that opposite side again. So slowly bring those knees back up, dropping those knees over. So opening out through that lower back, really sort of enjoying this stretch, opening out through that spine. Use those toe muscles to bring the knees back to that centre, then over to that opposite side again. Good, so dropping those knees over and slowly coming back up and over. Good, that head is just rotating the opposite direction, just to get a little bit of a stretch there as well. Just really enjoying that stretch as we're rotating through the spine. Good, and again, dropping those knees over, using those toe muscles coming back up to that centre, and then over to that opposite side. Good, and coming back up. And dropping those knees over. Well done. So let's just do one more each side, dropping those knees over, using the toe muscles coming back to that centre, and then over to that opposite side. And back to that centre. Well done. And relaxing those arms back down by your side. Very good. Okay, so we're just going to stretch out through our bottom muscles now. So we're going to put one foot onto the opposite knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there. Or if you can, we're going to use our hands to bring the knee up towards your chest, just to increase that stretch down into that bottom a little bit further. And we're going to hold this stretch here, so just breathing in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just sinking down into that stretch just that little bit further if you can. We're holding this stretch here, so breathing in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch just that little bit further. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, sinking down to that stretch just that little bit further if you can. And again, breath in. And as you breathe out, just sinking down that little bit further if you can. Well done. Very good. And then relaxing that leg back down. Then we'll do the same on the opposite side, so opposite foot onto the other knee. Allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then stay there. Or if you can, just bring your leg up in towards you. Again, just as far as you feel comfortable. And using that hand to support that leg, just bring it in towards you to increase that stretch. So we're going to hold this again, breathing in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just sinking down that little bit further into the stretch. Breathing in and out, holding that there, no tension through that upper body, just nice and relaxed as you're sinking down into that stretch that little bit further. And again, breath in, and as you breathe out, sinking down that little bit further if you can. And again, breath in, and as you breathe out, sinking down that little bit further. Well done. One more time, breath in and out, and then relaxing that leg back down from here. Well done. We're going to come back up into a seated position from here. Well done. So I hope you've enjoyed the class. Just a nice mini series, just a post-work workout for you there. Hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully see you next time for one of our classes.